Today will contain the books Quest for Adventure. Today we will read the book Freddie and the Cherry Tree. Freddie saw some fire-ripe cherries hanging on a cherry tree, and he said, "You pretty cherries, will you not come down to me?" Thank you kindly," said the cherry. "We would rather stay up here. If you dare to jump this morning, you would eat us up, I fear." "Oh, the fineness of the cherry! Danger from the cherry tree. You are beautiful," said Freddie, red and ripe. And how big? Catch me," called the cherry. "Catch me, little master, if you can." "I will catch you soon," said Freddie, "if I'm grown up man." Freddie jumped and tried to reach it, standing high upon his toes, but the cherry plopped it up and laughed. Tickled Freddie's nose. Never mind," says little Freddie. "I shall have them when it's right. But a blackbird with a body, I shall eat them all tonight." Okay, now I'll read you another poem. It's called Wish. If I could wish, I'd be a fish for just a day or two, to flip and flash and dart it and splash and nothing else to do, and never anyone to stay. Are you quite sure you watched it today? I like it, wouldn't you? Okay, now I'll read you a story. It's called Bunny and his airplane. "I wish I could fly," says Bunny one day, and he watches the bird flying across the sky. A long-legged crane stand nearby heard what Bunny said. Mr. Crane stretched his long neck around. He looked at Bunny and said, "You may never be able to fly, but you can have a ride in the sky." Bunny sat up very quickly. "How can I have a ride in the sky?" "On my back," says Mr. Crane. "I will fly across the lake in a few minutes. You may go with me, and I'll bring you back on my return trip in an hour." "How wonderful!" exclaimed Bunny. "I am ready to go any time." "Very well. You must put on your little green coat and have your red cap, and ask your mother if you could go." "And Mr. Crane," said Mr. Crane. Bunny hurried home to ask his mother and get his hat, his coat and hat. Soon he came hopping back with his coat and cap. Mother says, "I may go," shouted Bunny. "Put your arms around my neck and climb upon my back," says Mr. Crane. How wonderful it was to be sailing up through the air. The trees and hills were so far below them that the people looked like tiny specks. The river looked like a silver ribbon winding among the green hill. The cool wind swept Bunny ears back, and they rushed through the air. Saw some as they flying over the lake. Bunny saw something big in the water. He leaned it over to see what it could be. He was so interested that he forgot to keep his arms around Mr. Crane's neck, and suddenly down went Bunny and dropped it, splash into the water. He landed on the back of a big thing, and what do you suppose it was? It was old Mr. Alligator who was taking his afternoon nap. Maybe you think Mr. Alligator wasn't surprised. He had never before seen a rabbit, and he didn't like to have these strange animals riding on his back. But what could he do? When Mr. Alligator thought, I'll swim over to that big log at the edge of the lake and scratch my back on it. That will knock this animal off, and then I gobble him up. So Mr. Alligator swam over to the edge of the lake, but Bunny jumped into the log and hopped it to the ground and was gone before you could blink an eye. That was the last ride in the sky that Bunny ever took. Okay, now today we'll first practice. You'll stay with me, okay? Words to practice. And shovel. And shovel. Above come lion. Lion, front, done, love, son, mother. In city, city. Voice, eyes, mice, distance, fence, nice, fence, letters. Ardent thought, art. Ardent card, art. No, ardent thought, O-G-A-T. Ardent card, A-U-T-A-T. Thought, fought, daughter, bought. Faucet, A-U-R-R, faucet. Saw, A-W-R-R, saw. Author, August. Pause, sauce, hawk, fawn, thaw, straw. Jaws, pause, gone, hawk. Influence, F-H. H-R-C-H. Alphabet, photo, elephant, dolphin, anchor, echo, enter, chair, character. Okay, now we will say the words once again. And shovel, O. And shovel, O. Okay, can you think of anything else of shovel? Maybe oven. Yes, oven. In city, C. Maybe something else. Center. Yes, centers. Ardent thought, O-U-G-A-T. Ardent card, A-U-G-A-T. Think of something odd. Ardent thought, O-U-G-A-T. Fought, that is F-O-U-E-T. And caught, taught, A-U-G-A-T. And faucet, A-U. And saw, A-W. And faucet is sauce. And saw is paw. Phone, F-H. Enter, C-H. Phone is photos. And chores is anchors. Okay, now we'll read another story. It's called Grasshopper Green. Grasshopper Green is common chap. He lives on the bed of fair. Bright little trousers, jackets, and cap. These are his summer wear. Out in the meadow he loves to go, playing away in the sun. It's hopper, skipper, high and low. Summer, the time for fun. Grasshopper Green was quiet little house is under the hedge so bright. Grandmother Spider, as still as a mouse, watches him all through the night. Gladly he calling the children, I know out in the beautiful sun. It's hopper, skipper, high and low. Summer, the time for fun. Okay, now we'll words to practice again, but now we'll say not any new number. Okay. Words. Giant G. The fudge, D-G-E, fudge. Age, page, ledge, cage, giraffe. watch, huge, and engine, bridge, stage, large badges. Eaten brownie, E-I-E. Believe, cookie, fill, shed, yet, retrace, peace, breath. Eaten key, E-Y. Eaten obey, E-Y. Honey, donkey, money, valley, monkey, valley, money, they pray, servant. Leave, E-A. And thread, E-A. Stick, E-A. Brick, clean, glam, still. Feather, heaven, ready, bread, break, weather, great, pleasant. Okay, now I read you another poem. It's called The Pocket. Today when I was at the zoo, I watched the mother kangaroo. Inside her skin, she has a pocket. She puts the baby there to rock it. Now I will, can you guess? Okay, what kind of nuts has no shells? Yes, it's a donut. The more of them you take, the more you left behind. What are they? Yes, it's footsteps. What can you catch but not throw? Yes, it's a cold. Now fourth is from the Bible. My name meant princess, but I wasn't God. Wait. My name meant princess, but I wasn't one. I left when God told me I would have a son. Who am I? Yes, it's Sarah. Sarah, yes. She has a husband named George. Yeah, like George Washington, but long ago, before George Washington was a president, and before him was born, when it's God, like when the 15s, a long time ago. Okay, now I'll read you a poem. It's called 20 Froglets. 20 froglets went to school, down beside a little pool. 20 little cups of green, 20 vets all white and clean. We must be on time, said they. First we study, then we play. That is how we keep the rule when the froglets go to school. Okay, now I will read another poem called Free Bear. If I were a bear and a big bear too, I shouldn't much care. If it's frozen or stew, I shouldn't much mind. If it snow or freeze, I'll be all fur-lined with a coat like this. For I have fur boots and brown fur wrap and brown fur napkins and big fur cap. I have a fur muffle for my jaws and brown fur mittens on my big brown paws. With a big brown furry down up to my head, I'll sleep all the winter in a big fur bed. Okay, guys. Okay, now I'll read you a very silly and not true poem. It's called Lunchtime at the Zoo. It's time for lunch, the zookeeper said. And what will you like today? Jimbo, the elephant jumped loud. Peanuts, leonard, and hay. Now, Mr. Sea Lion. The zookeeper called, tell me, what is your wish? The sea lion blinked then happily barked, "I wish a pailful of fish." "And you, Mr. Hippo?" the zookeeper asked. "I will open my mouth," cried the hippo, "and please, won't you toss me a basket of bread and a bucket of apple inside?" Okay, now I will read you a more poem. This is very sweet. It's like ice cream. A funny dream. Late night, as I lay in my bed, I had such a funny dream. Some things looked so very, very, very good. A little house made of ice cream. A lot of animals passed it that way. A hawk, a fawn, a seal. They all were licking that little house. Oh, what a yummy meal. The sun began to shine. The little house started to thaw. All the animals ran right home and quickly came out with a straw. Ooh. And this is a very, very silly poem, and I love it. The Old Goose. I'll tell you a story. It's about an old goose who waddled so much all her feather came loose. "My goodness!" she cried, as she looked all around. "It's only Julie, and there's snow on the ground." You know why? Because her feather. Yes, her feather have fallen out. I love the stories. Okay, nearly in the guessing game. Okay, first we need to read a very short poem. It's called The Raccoon Tail. The raccoon tail is a ring around. The possum tail is a bear. The rabbit has no tail at all, only a big bunch of hair. Okay, now we'll go to the guessing games. First is, there is an animal kept in a cage. Often he growled and roaring in rage. Beautiful mane and smooth brown coat. Which animals? Now get your vote. Yes, it's a lion. Yes, it's a lion. What kind of coat can be put on only when wet? Yes, it's a coat of paint. Paint, not paint. Paint. There is a creature who lives in the sea, flippers for feet and and some whiskers has he. Funniest bird you have ever heard. Now can you guess it with only one word? Yes, it's a seal, and I love seals. That's my two animals I love, panda and seals. Now, one question about the Bibles. I dreamed of a ladder to heaven above, then worked it many years because I fell in love. Who am I? Yes, it's Jacob. Okay, guys, I'll read you a poem. It's called A Kitty with a Mittens. A kitty with a mitten on. Never did I see a kitty with a mitten on. Would never ever be. A kitten with a mitten on should stay out of the snow. A kitten needs 4 mittens on. I'm old enough to know. Okay, so now we'll read guessing games. Do you like guessing game? I love guessing game. First is, what is the longest word in the dictionary? Okay, yes, it's the word smiles. There is mile between the S. What runs all around the pasture yet never moves? Yes, it's a fence. Number 3 is, we are little airy creature, all of different voice and feathers. One of us in glass and sand, one of us in fine and jet, the other you may see in tin, and form of a box within. If the fifth you should purse, it can never fly from you. What is it? Yes, all 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. A, I. Okay, we'll read from the Bibles too. I had some funny dreams that made my brothers mad. A coat with many colors I was given by my dad. Who am I? Joseph. Yes. Now I read you on the last poem today. It's called Action. Horse gallop, monkey leaped it, eagle swoop, and possum sleep. Possum bounce, rabbit hop, bullfox dive, and donkey stop. Okay, this is the end today. I hope you have a very great listen to my stories. I will give you a hint of tomorrow. Tomorrow's story is called Missing. Yes. Bye-bye.